I think we got to be locked in like that the entire game. I think, we see them go on a run, and all of a sudden we like it's time to lock back in. But I think we got to play like that from start to finish. We can't have we can't take plays off. We can't slack because on any given night we can be beat. Anybody can be beat in this league. Everybody's good this year.
Call glass.
You didn't hear me? I looked at you and I whispered it. Yeah, I said glass. Hey. Mm-hmm.
Caitlin, how good does it feel to, start Big 12 with a win like this?
Definitely positive feeling. I think for us normally, at least in my years I've been here, we're always away first, and that's always a even bigger challenge. Playing away is always harder, obviously. Home court advantage is amazing. Our fans were absolutely phenomenal tonight. I think for us, this is just a confidence builder. I think we've been really big on just continuing to grow as a team, no matter who we're playing. And I think that was just a testament tonight. We still have things to work on, and we're going to continue to work on them every single day and every single game.
Sarah, I don't know if it was maybe their defense, but y'all didn't attack the rim much until that fourth quarter, and then y'all just, you and Jamie, everybody seemed like y'all were attacking the rim.
I just think, it's a mindset thing. I think, we turned the ball over a few times. Myself, I think, I came out and started it with the turnover. And then, I got to be better with handling the ball because I think that's what led to them going on that run. I turn it over, then we have another turnover back-to-back. So I think, me personally as being a point guard, I got to handle the ball better first before anybody has to handle the ball better. But, I think we got to play downhill. That's like when we're at our best.
Yeah, obviously it feels like turnovers, I'm sure, will be a point of emphasis for Nikki.
Always.
You got to give TCU some credit, but at the same time, are some of those just mistakes that y'all have to clean up?
I think both. I think sometimes it's, maybe we get lackadaisical. I had one where I just got lax and stole it and went down. And sometimes it's just, they get their hands on the ball. This was a longer guarded team, long guards. They were reaching in, getting hands on the ball, and sometimes it's, you trip over. Sometimes, just always being aware that, they're down. They're going to try to make extra plays that maybe they weren't doing in the second and third quarter, and now it's fourth, and they're like, down 16, down 18, down 19, we got to make plays now. So I think it's just us, like she said, staying locked in the whole time.
Sarah, I know you wound up on her some. Jamie started out on number one. Y'all really contained her. That was their only double-figure score coming into the game, and y'all held her to 2 for 8. 6 points.
Okay.
I mean, good defense. No, I'm just saying, she's a really good player, honestly. She's long, longer than our guards. We just played team defense. Everybody was in the gap. We helped off. I think it was just a team effort in stopping her.
Caitlin, obviously I'll have another tough game Tuesday night at OU. Can you take some of what y'all did in the fourth quarter and kind of bottle that and take it to Norman?
Absolutely. Obviously, going to be playing a different team, but I think against Oklahoma, it's downhill. Like Sarah said, I mean, we have plenty of great shooters. We could see that tonight or today. But once again, it's just attacking them, taking our gap defense, like she said, to be able to guard OU and guard as a team and just play together, I think, like we did today. It's middle of the day, sorry.
How good did it, for either of y'all, how good was it to see Jamie shoot like she did in that fourth quarter?
New Year, do Jamie. Nah, just playing, Jamie's always been able to shoot the ball. I'll pass. She can go 0 for 10, and I'm still going to pass it to her on the 11th one because I know as soon as that first one goes in, she's lights out. I mean, she's a great shooter. I love playing with her. Like, you got to pick your poison. Like, if I'm playing downhill, are you going to help off of her? What are you going to do? So, I mean, it's just good to see the ball go in for her.
Sarah, Oklahoma swept the series last year. I don't know if you those things in your mind.
I do.
Yeah, I mean, how important is it to take this on the road and, play a team that you beat or that they beat you twice last year?
I mean, it's very important. It starts tomorrow. It starts in practice tomorrow. It starts tonight, how we prep and prepare for Oklahoma. Like you said, they swept us. I didn't forget that. We came back and got them in the championship at the tournament, so I'm just ready to play them. I love competition. They going to come out ready to attack us. They got a dog in them, honestly. Like, that's somebody, you love to play against them because they're physical, and that's going to test your character. Sick 'em, see y'all.
Girl,
Sorry.
I think our intensity was good. I thought we got in transition. We rebounded the basketball. We gave them one shot in that quarter, and then we were able to kind of outlet and go. We were able to attack the rim for layups. We made good decisions. We stopped turning the ball over there late, and we had a couple, I thought, after we went on the run. And one of the things that sometimes teams want to do is you push the lead out to 20, and I'm not a big believer in running clock at that point. It's like, let's keep playing the way we're playing, and when we're up 30, I'll sub. As opposed to slowing it down and not kind of doing the things that you did to break it open, And so I thought we passed the ball better. I thought we attacked the paint better in the fourth quarter. And, honestly, when you look at defensively, it was pretty similar in every quarter. We missed some easy shots around the rim. We missed some open threes. But when you go 10 for 21, you can't really complain, about your 3-point percentage. And I know we hit 3 late, but it kind of kept us going early. It took them out of their press by us getting through the press and making some threes, getting the ball to the backside before they could match up. I didn't like how we came out of the locker room. It's 2 games in a row. I said on the radio, last year we tended to come out in the third quarter usually pretty well, and people would say, well, what did you say at halftime? As if there's some magic, sometimes in a halftime speech. Sometimes it's just a chance to regroup, and really refocus on what the game plan was. But I just thought we weren't tough enough on our catches. They congested really well, and we were fumbly bumbly with the ball, like in the paint, when we got in there. And so, I was obviously frustrated with Jaden in the first half, but then the second half she had 5 assists and no turnovers. And so she did a better job kind of helping run the team. I put the ball in Sarah's hands more as the point guard in the third quarter, and outside of her cramping, I thought Sarah played well, and I just thought Caitlin. There were 2 things. Like, Caitlin was a big-time standout, from start to finish. We were a different team when she's out of the game. She's really hard for me to take out. Jamie's defense on Tomi Taiwo, I hope that's how you say her name, I thought was, holding her to half of her season average, and the one player on their team that can really get going and get points up in a hurry. I thought Jamie was really, really good on her, and when she picked up a couple fouls, I thought Sarah picked up the slack and did a good job. We were pretty good in their sets. Some of the things that they try to do to get her shots, I thought we were really, really good in. They made some one-on-one plays late in shot clocks and pull-ups and things like that, which is what you wanted them to take. Even though she was only 1 for 3, when you look at Bella's plus-minus tonight, I told her after the game, I know it's very easy to define your game, whether you played well or didn't play well, but based on statistics. But sometimes the most important statistic is, was the team better when you were on the floor? And tonight we were always better, when she was on the floor. And so, that's my fault for probably not playing her a little bit more or going to her a little bit earlier, because I thought 2 things happen with Bella. People respect her 3, and so it creates better spacing. And then she's physical. She's really, really physical. And in a league where we have to be tough, I just think she's someone that doesn't fear the physical play. And so I just really thought, Jamie's all-around game, Kate's all-around game, and in a lot of ways, just we were just better when Bella was on the floor. And so I know nothing stands out in her stat line, except to me the fact that we were plus 28 in her 20 minutes of play. And it had a lot to do with her, even though, it's not the rebounds, things. But I thought she was really, really solid.
Is Jamie, I guess it depends on the matchup, but is she in general your best perimeter defender?
Certain players, I would say yes. But I think we utilize them in different ways, and it's, of course, people are going to listen to this and then know what we do. So you're welcome. But Jamie's hard to screen. She's super fast and super slippery, and rarely isn't engaged. She doesn't go to sleep. So, which sounds like an obvious thing, but it's really easy to get to ball watching or want to take a break on defense. She's our most intense, like, I'm going to get she's always going to get, if they have a shooter and they're going to run them off a lot of screens, she's always going to get that kid. You know, I mean, there are certain things that Jaden's really good at, like putting pressure and being physical at the point of attack. Jamie's just, a lot of times, if they're going to screen a lot, that's who she gets. So she's got to bounce around and chase and, you know, go side to side through most possessions. And so I thought she was fantastic. She's been all season, though. I mean, I know it's going to come to the end of the year, and no one's going to vote for her. No one's going to vote for her for all defensive team. And it's going to be a shame because if you watch what she does and you start to do all the analytics on, you know, what a player's average is and then what she holds them to, and, you know, she may not have the most rebounds, she may not have the steals, she's not going to have any blocks, but you're going to have a hard time scoring on her. And I just felt like that's the case, you know. I mean, Taiwo's a kid that they have to play to and through a lot. A lot of their sets go to her. And Jamie was just there on her hip. Now, I think she had support, and I think, you know, whenever Caitlin's player was the screener, you know, that always helps because you have a quarterback, you know, on defense. But, yeah, I'm going to continue to push for it. I mean, no one, you know, I couldn't get people to vote for her last year, but I just think she can be that good.
Sarah, any way you can take some momentum from that fourth quarter into Oklahoma?
I just hope somehow we can double down on rest, you know, over the next 48 hours. You know, I think that every game for this team, when you think about who's in street clothes on my team, I've got 2 All-Americans sitting in street clothes. So I think every game, I mean, this was Bugs and Bella's and Kendra's welcome to the Big 12. Kendra didn't get any meaningful minutes last year. I mean, she didn't. You know, she played some cleanup minutes, but so we've got 3 players in a game that I basically played a 7-player rotation that have never played in a Big 12 game. And so now the welcome that we're going to get in Norman is going to be different. You know, it's like put your track shoes on and you're not allowed to be tired, you know, because they just play. You know, the closest thing I'll say to it is, and we actually covered this up, but one probably could have shot it. Caitlin got a transition layup and maybe should have been an and one. And she's laying on the floor, and they take the ball out, and they're running back at us. Oklahoma does not care if you score. It's how fast can we get it out and score on you. And so you can't celebrate. And there is no celebrating. Celebrations happen at timeouts and end of quarters, you know, and when you win a basketball game because they play just as fast off misses and on makes as they do on misses. So do I hope? I think we're going to take any win. I think any win in the Big 12 is a good win. You got to protect your home court, you know, but I just really think it comes down to it's a whole different pace, you know, and you're talking about 2 fifth-year players and Taylor Robertson, who by the end of the year is going to break the all-time 3-point record in the NCAA. Maddie Williams, who's eclipsed 2,000 points and comes at you as a 5'11" guard playing the 4 and attacks and shoots and makes plays off the bounce and is just like a point forward. You know, and then they just surround them with really, really solid players who know their role. And I haven't seen anything that I didn't see a year ago. It's just now they have a year in her system and a year of confidence and a year of we know this works. So they're super, super confident, you know, and their one loss was a back-to-back, which, you know, when they played at BYU and at Utah. And for anyone that's played at altitude, yeah, you don't really know it until you know it, you know, and coaching at Colorado State, we knew when we got the Sunday team on a Friday-Sunday swing that midway through the third quarter, they weren't going to realize they were done, but they were done. They were absolutely done. And so, you know, I know they got beat by like almost 50 points against Utah, and Utah's good, but, you know, back-to-back at altitude, you know, is a challenge. So that's a really, 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 really good team. I mean, we're just about to hit the gauntlet because they're good and Kansas is good.